solutions, are they coming from my 3D physical brain, or am I keying in and vibing into my higher self? That is really the question. So the question is, I go through times where I'm having trouble figuring out the difference between my inner guidance and myself. What can I do to gain more clarity? And the answer from Sri Harold is, if it's any comfort, there are many people who at times feel exactly as you do. So how to gain more clarity? Your question suggests that two or more things are begging you to move toward them. Consequently, you open yourself to your inner guidance. So basically saying, yeah, you're having a dilemma. You're not sure which way to move. But is it from the mind or the inner master? How to tell the difference? To check it out, select a choice of the direction to take. Ooh, how did it end? So this is an emphasis on timelines. So which timeline are you choosing, right? So today, I could still lay by the pool, but I decided that my daughter and I are going to go, because I love animals so much, on a 3-hour private trek through the African jungle. Oh my gosh. Apparently we have to fly over crocodiles. That was not part of my plan, but I'm going for it, okay? Like, pick a timeline and commit if you're excited about it. Not an adventure thrill seeker, but love animals, so we'll see. So what is your dilemma? Now, these dilemmas might be bigger than, do I sit by a pool or do I go on an Africa trek, right? Obviously, most of the time they are. This happens to be my vacation, so these are my current dilemmas. But what is your dilemma? And what's the timeline you're going to choose? So check it out, select a choice of the direction to take. How did it end? So, okay, so do I see myself happier sitting by this gorgeous pool, which I could still do other days, or like taking a deep dive and taking a chance and moving towards something that excites me, right? If I stayed complacent and in fear vibes, and that can go with anything. If there's someone you're interested in asking out, or if there's something like that you want to do with your business, like, is it just more comfortable to not do it? But if you feel like you're excited to, you should, you know, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone or yourself and you're part of the anyone. So others may advocate the trust your gut approach. Put your attention lightly upon your abdomen. Okay. As I don't do that, but this is interesting. As you range across the possible choices, note which knot your stomach. Okay, if I did that, I'd be like, what the heck are you doing flying over flipping crocodiles? Yeah, and there's the alarm to prove it. So I'm just gonna stick with seeing it in my third eye, but you guys can try this one because everyone receives messages differently. So do the choice that's most calming. Uh-oh, I think I better stay at the pool. Okay. What are those birds? Anyway, no matter what, you'll gain experience. None is ever lost. Okay, so I guess even if it's not the most calming experience, which I had thought it was going to be until someone just told me on the phone when I called to talk to them that we're flying over flipping crocodiles. I thought it was just going to be like a calming experience of going through a nice, like, you know, animal jungle and like saying, I love you, animals. And no, it's not, but I mostly will be, I hope. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. So this is totally contradicting what I'm reading. Oh God, maybe it's a sign, just teasing. No matter what, you'll gain experience. None is ever lost. Okay, so even if it is not like what I thought it would be, it's still an experience. And that goes for you guys. So whatever you do, you're gonna get something out of it anyway. But what he's suggesting is to see what feels good or bad. And I don't think it's in a thing like, you know, going on a crocodile, flying over crocodiles. I think he's talking about more like, you know, like more major decisions, like, you know, because sometimes you do have to feel that little knot in your stomach and just go for it anyway, or you lose an opportunity. You know, maybe that person that you do want to ask out is going to be with someone else, you know, like you just don't know. So you sometimes have to take a chance. Okay, so no matter what, you'll gain experience. None is ever lost. Remember too, the Eck admonitions. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? So apply that to your life, okay? Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? I I am with you now and forever. Aw, she's so sweet. Okay. Trusting your feelings. How do you make the right decision when you're in a situation where you need to do so in less than a minute? Oh, God. When there's no time to study a situation in detail before acting, just trust your feelings. This drops you squarely into the laboratory of life. Here you learn by acting without forethought. Yeah, that's for sure. If you only feel comfortable when there's time to think out a sudden situation, trusting your feelings will increase your flexibility. Did chance play this trick on you? Definitely not. There's no such thing as chance or coincidence. Rather, the Mahanta is stretching your state of consciousness because his only concern is to see you unfold spiritually. So how do you respond? In any now moment. Trusting your feelings is truly winging it. Oh my God, am I gonna have to fly over the crocodiles? I think I am. They better not drop that bridge. I'm gonna have to talk to these people. The result of your seat of the pants decision will tell you all you need to know about how well you read the master's direction. At times you'll be so pleased at the outcome, while other times you'll be deeply disappointed. But really, what difference does it make? Win, lose, or draw, you are learning to listen more carefully to the master's guidance. In short, do your best. We learn by doing. Ooh, this one's titled Just Dance. I'm going to continue. I was going to end it here, but I love to dance, says this person. Recently, a friend of mine asked if I wanted to join his dance crew. I started to worry that I wasn't good enough and that I would be disappointed if I didn't get accepted. Aw, you don't have to be so good. You just have to have fun, okay? Instead of my love for dancing, I now felt the fear of not being good enough. Oh, another salamander. And I felt more fear than love for what I was doing. I'm fed up with using detachment as an excuse for not reaching my highest goals. How can I be detached without losing focus on my goal? How can I act with love without giving up my own success too easily? How can one be detached from something and at the same time really go for it? Okay, so the answer is, then forget about detachment, just dance. Someone said he did not often regret the things he did in life, but always the dreams he had been afraid to follow. So following your dreams is very important. So when you get to the end of this lifetime, if you look back and you, bye bug, didn't do what it is that was in your heart to do, you might actually have a lot of regret. So whatever it is, so like, okay, that brings me back to the crocodiles. I'm going on this trek, okay? Because I will regret not going if I don't go at the 3-hour tour, okay? I'm going. You will regret not doing what it is that you're excited, because my highest excitement was to go on this Africa trek, okay? So we are here to engage in life, not shun it. Fix your vision on a star. You will not go far wrong if you meet life by doing everything in the name of the Mahanta, your guide and friend. So I actually do that. If you're not an Eckankar, that's cool. But you can just say, I'm doing this for the highest good of all concerned. And that is a huge, huge thing that's very helpful. Time and living will teach you the real meaning of detachment. It is not slavery's collar, but more like angels' wings, able to lift you above any and all of life's disappointments. You may think that these are just so many words now. However, pursue a rich and varied life and you will see their wisdom. So dance, feel, and follow your dreams. Let's do another one. How dreams come true. Mahanta, I feel like making a company when I grow up. I am not sure if I should do it or not. Also, I feel like I've known my sister for ages. Why is this? He answers, follow your dreams. Follow them, yes, and do whatever it takes to see them happen. Maybe you'll change your mind later about which career to pursue. That's okay. But as long as you continue to feel a strong urge to start a business, follow it. That's how dreams come true. But is starting a company right for you? Time will tell. Know that anything worth having will face challenges along the way. Overcoming them is how you grow. The reason you feel you've known your sister for ages is simply because you have. In fact, you're surrounded by people you've met in some past lives, even though your feelings for them are likely to be less noticeable than for your sister. Okay, so if there's someone that you feel a kinship with, okay, that might be why. Seriously. but I see that it's getting busy here. So I'm gonna go and do my Wild Africa trek, and I'll let you guys know. I don't know if I'm allowed to bring cameras, probably, in case they like mess up, okay? Just saying. I'm just teasing. I'm totally confident it's gonna be really fun. So it's just a great example of something that you might not want to do, but you go for it anyway, right? Because you're excited to do it. And I'm excited to see the animals up close and personal. We get to walk through the jungle for like an hour and a half or something. Then we climb up a tree. Then we cross a bridge, and we have harnesses in case we fall over the crocodiles. I'm not even kidding. And then once we get across the bridge, we basically get to a savanna area where wild animals roam, and they have meals prepared for us on the top, and we get to eat these meals, and they're very accommodating at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we're gluten-free and no MSG, because MSG is poison, by the way, peoples, don't eat it. And so they're making everything beautifully, and so we're gonna sit there, and hopefully I'm gonna chant the hue and see if any animals come up, okay? Right on there. There's gonna be 10 people in our group plus us, so 12, and 2 guides. And then we get in like one of those African caravan safari thingies. I don't know what they're called, but we get in one, and then they show us the animals. So it's just something you guys can, if you're really into animals and you don't want to fly to Africa, then you could totally do this too. It's something I've been excited about for months. Okay, love you guys, and this is book 3 of Modern Prophet Answers Your Key Questions to Life by Sri Klemp, the current living Eckmaster, Eckankar.org. If you're interested in more information on Eckankar, you can totally check it out. What I say here is not necessarily representative of Eckankar or even the author, okay? It's a very individualized path, and this is what I'm personally getting out of it. So I like to say that because that is a spiritual law too, which I'll get back to when I get back home. So yeah, you need to be very careful with what you say in life. It's real. All right, love you. Jumbo.